Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today because honestly, we are going to unpack one of the most mind-blowing technological leaps of our entire lifetime. If you've been following the AI space at all, you know it is moving incredibly fast. But we're officially entering a brand new era that takes everything off our computer screens and puts it directly into the real physical world. I'm talking about physical AI. My goal today is to break down exactly what this is, how it actually works behind the scenes, and, most importantly, why it matters to you.
Okay, let's dive into this with a massive real-world challenge. Just think about it for a second. How do you actually teach a 200-pound humanoid robot or a multi-ton self-driving car to navigate a busy, unpredictable environment without crashing into expensive machinery or, people? It's super easy to undo a mistake in a digital chat window, but a physical mistake out in a factory? That has real, dangerous, and incredibly expensive consequences. And solving that massive challenge is exactly what physical AI is built to do.
Here is our roadmap for today. 1. The evolution of AI. 2. Meet physical AI. 3. Inside the robot brain. 4. The virtual robot gym. And finally, 5. Building digital twins.
All right, let's start with part 1, the evolution of AI.
To really get this, we have to look at how our relationship with computers has evolved over time. For about 60 years, we relied on what we can basically call software 1.0. This was traditional code written by human programmers running step-by-step on general-purpose CPUs. You wrote the rule, the computer followed it. Simple. Then, software 2.0 arrived. This was the era of machine learning and neural networks running on much more powerful GPUs. Instead of writing every single rule, we fed the computers data to learn from. And that direct progression led to the recent big bang we've all been experiencing, generative AI. These are the models that can learn complex patterns and generate entirely new text, images, or even code. But notice where that stops, right? It's all digital. Generative AI is absolutely revolutionizing industries by automating digital knowledge work. But today, literally right now, we are stepping across a massive technological threshold into the era of physical AI.
Which brings us to part 2, meet physical AI.
The defining magic word here is embodiment. While knowledge enterprises use agentic AI to automate digital work, industrial enterprises are using physical AI to automate physical work. We are giving the AI a body. This technology embodies robots, like self-driving cars that are safely navigating our streets, complex manipulators performing intricate tasks on assembly lines, and humanoid robots designed to work collaboratively right alongside us. But the whole concept goes way beyond just a single machine. Entire plants and factories themselves will be embodied by physical AI. Imagine a massive facility not just as a cold building filled with tools, but as a single, living, intelligent entity. It's going to be capable of monitoring its own operations, instantly adjusting its internal environment, and, this is the crazy part, speaking directly to the human beings managing it. It's an absolutely mind-bending, total revolution in how we think about industrial spaces. So how does that actually work? Let's go to part 3, inside the robot brain. Now, what's really interesting about this process is that even the most advanced robotic systems generally operate on a very simple, continuous 4-step loop. Let's use a quick analogy. Imagine you're walking through a cluttered room to pick up a cup of coffee. First, you perceive the environment. You use your eyes and ears to spot the cup and the toys scattered on the floor. For a robot, this means using cameras and sensors to gather data. Second, you reason. You process that visual data and understand, okay, the cup is there, the obstacle is right here. Third, you plan your next motion. Your brain quickly calculates the exact path your arms and legs need to take so you don't trip. And finally, you convert to actions. Your brain sends signals to your muscles to physically reach out and grab the cup. While a robot is doing the exact same thing. Perceive, reason, plan, act, over and over, literally millions of times a second.
Let's transition to part 4, the virtual robot gym.
So consider the core problem of physical automation we talked about earlier. If you test a new, untrained robot in the real world, you are taking on massive risk and cost. If it miscalculates step 3, that planning phase, and swings its heavy arm into a machine, well, you've just destroyed millions of dollars of equipment. So instead of testing in the real world, developers use a platform called NVIDIA Omniverse. Think of this as a highly advanced, physics-based operating system for simulation. Inside the Omniverse, gravity works like gravity. Friction works like friction. It gives the AI safe, incredibly realistic feedback without a single ounce of real-world risk.
And within this Omniverse, developers use something called Isaac Lab. Think of this quite literally as a gym for robots. Just like a professional athlete wouldn't try out a dangerous, brand-new gymnastics routine for the very first time at the Olympics, a robot doesn't try a new task on a live factory floor. In Isaac Lab, the AI brain can practice its motions, fail, learn from the physics-based feedback, and try again millions of times in a completely safe simulated environment. They're perfectly fine-tuning their physical skills before they ever touch the real world.
To make this whole pipeline a reality, NVIDIA essentially builds three specific types of computers. First, you have the DGX systems. These are the massive supercomputers used to initially train those foundational AI models. Second, you have the Omniverse systems. This is the virtual gym we just talked about, used to fine-tune and rigorously test the AI with physics feedback. And third, you have Jetson AGX. These are the compact, super powerful brains actually installed inside the physical robot, which allows it to run the trained AI out in the real world.
Let's move to part 5 and see how this builds out on a massive scale. Building digital twins.
Future factories aren't just going to have one robot, right? They're going to orchestrate complex teams of robots, constantly monitoring entire operations through thousands of simultaneous sensors. To handle that staggering level of complexity, developers use an Omniverse blueprint called MEGA. MEGA allows companies to build a complete factory digital twin, and that means they create a perfect one-to-one virtual replica of their physical factory. We're talking the virtual robots, their AI brains, the conveyor belts, the lighting, the whole shebang.
So remember that perceive, reason, plan, act loop from earlier? In the Mega Digital Twin, that entire loop is closed off perfectly in software. The robot's actions are physically simulated in the Omniverse world. The results of those actions are perceived by the robot's brain through simulated sensors. Based on those virtual sensor readings, the brain decides its next action, and the loop just keeps going. And while all of this is happening, the Mega Blueprint acts as the ultimate overseer, precisely tracking the state and exact position of every single element in the entire factory.
The absolutely crucial takeaway from our source material is this. This method of software-in-the-loop testing brings software-defined processes to physical, heavy industry spaces. It means an industrial enterprise can simulate an entirely new workflow, validate that the robots won't crash into each other, and confirm efficiency improvements entirely in an Omniverse digital twin before they ever deploy a single change to the physical world. The savings when it comes to massive risk and cost, it literally cannot be overstated. It is a total paradigm shift for manufacturing.
We have covered an incredible amount of ground today, from the early evolution of code to robots learning in virtual gyms, all the way up to massive digital twin factories. As physical AI continues to mature, that boundary between the digital simulator and our physical world is just going to blur entirely. So I want to leave you with this to ponder. As this zero-risk, software-in-the-loop testing becomes the global standard, how fast will the heavy industries around you, construction, shipping, manufacturing, begin to transform? Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.